Buongiorno. In our last video session, I talked about the artistic relevance for artists to project its targeted audience and to establish the relevance. And before we move on to development strategy, I think in the 10-minute session of this one, I would like to address a little bit something kind of prepare for development strategy. So we all know there's always evolution and there's always a revolution and then there's a development. So before we go to the development strategy, so I would like to emphasize the difference between the three. So evolution, basically, as an artist, studio artist, you do the practice, you build up a very solid foundation in techniques. And then, of course, I talk about the artistic style, the aesthetic taste. As far as the taste, basically, you're almost, by the time you turn from a teenager to a grown-up, you pretty much, have your values somehow on the basic part already formed. So your aesthetic taste is pretty much part of it. It comes from your education, private or public, doesn't matter, whichever one. And then, basically your life experience and your, fundamentally your upbringing. So that pretty much form your aesthetic taste. But as far as artistic style, when you are either at the beginning stage or somewhere on your way to become a seasoned artist, that artistic style is work in the process, in the making. So that may or may not be something, because basically it's like, so we already know the visual art is, basically, this is everybody's common knowledge. It's just another form of a communication, but a communication speaking through the symbols or icons, right? So when you do your artistic communication, and you don't yet have your own artistic style established, and then we talked about the artistic relevance. So how do you get there? One way is evolution. And evolution is basically you take the time, do your, solid foundation build up for the, with the techniques. And then eventually you get there, or hopefully. So that's evolution. And a revolution is very easy here, simple. It's like, between the Roman system, which basically already evolved from the earlier, right? From all the way traced back from Dark Ages and then the Enlightenment period and then that. So basically the society goes, evolves, but sometimes with interruptions or revolutions, and that's where the Impressionists came in. So basically, you see what you want to see, and so they see in the shadow, let's say the purple or purple-ish tone, which obviously it doesn't exist, but they saw it. They wanted to see, and they did see, right? So that's impression. That's not very scientific, based. So, but from there, the post-impressionist period, you have the expressionist, which basically is more psychological color, which it does not, really exist at all. I mean, if you look at the purple sun or even black sun, how does that explain, right? So it really reflects more on your mood, and so it's part of the psychology. So that we talk about the evolution and the revolution. So now we talk about the development. The development versus evolution is the development, you don't necessarily let it just, go naturally, take its own course, and that's evolution. So development as versus the revolution. The revolution is basically you take the course radically. It's not just like a very mild change, but no, you basically change the whole concept. So development is somewhere in between these two. The development is you develop a strategy and you think about the tactics and you plan with the tactics, follow your strategy as the guideline, and so you develop. Basically what it is, you maximize whatever the resource you have and basically try to bypass this resource you don't have, right? So this way, hopefully, on your way to become a more seasoned or even emerged, established artist, you have a strategy to help you to get there somehow faster, if ever at all, right? So that strategy, basically, you have constantly be revealing and to yourself in reviews, and then to see where and how you should make some adjustment. Now that's development. So before we go to the development strategy, this is the part in preparation. So until the next session about the development strategy for studio artists, this one is for you guys to think about. And of course, if you're interested, keep checking out these videos. If you're busy, that's fine. I totally get it. Okay, ciao.